Hello guys, thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video and learn how to mine with your laptop and desktop. I'm going to be putting together some instructions for you to do the easy way and later the more difficult way, let's say. So first thing that we're going to cover is your wallet. Okay, you need a wallet to be able to keep your coins. The one I recommend is Metamask. Metamask is an extension for the Chrome browser. Okay, I think they also have, if you go to download, some versions for maybe Android and stuff like that. But you should click download and then in Chrome and install Metamask for Chrome. You just follow the instructions here. Okay, I already have mine installed. So when you get it, it will look something similar to this. You access the extension by clicking on this puzzle piece here, and you're gonna see yours there. So the next step is gonna be connecting your MetaMask to the Binance Smart Chain. So you're gonna go to this link, and then down below you have all the instructions. You just have to follow the instructions, but it's very easy. You forget about the test net. You are only connecting to the main net. Okay, so basically you just open MetaMask and you go into the settings. Should be down here, settings, and from settings you can do networks, and in networks add network, and then all the details here go in here. Okay, so just copy paste all of it here, and then you save it. Once you do that, you're gonna get your wallet looking like this. Okay, it's gonna say BNB and your account. Now the next thing is we're gonna be mining Shiba Inu on this example. So in order to mine Shiba Inu and to be able to see it here in MetaMask, you need to import the token. Okay, so you need to go to bscscan.com under tokens, tokens by market cap, and then you find on the list Shiba Inu, this one here, and from here you have the contract. You just copy the address of the contract, you go back to your MetaMask and you do import tokens, and then you can get the contract here. It will automatically populate all the details, and then you just add custom token, import the token, and you have it here. Okay, so you are gonna see your BNB and your chip here. Perfect. So from here you can click on the chip, and then you can do receive, so that you can get your address. So maybe if I go well, don't have it here, but I can use this address. So this on the top will be my address where I'm going to be receiving BNB and also Shiba Inu. So I'm just going to copy this one. Perfect. And then once we have the wallet, we're going to go and we are going to set some exclusions on Windows Defender. So we can do, for example, Windows Security. We click here, then we go under virus threat protection, we do manage settings, we look for exclusions, and we add the folder where we are going to be downloading the files, okay, the miner files. So I did mine here, I set it on the desktop, and I put the name exclusions. Now from there we just go to on mineable, okay, download, and we download this one, the one on the left, the MFI version. This one includes all the files you need to be mining. You don't have to do any configuration, it's super easy. So you click there and you download it in your excluded folder. It's very important that you turn off antivirus or you whitelist the files, and you prevent everything that could be blocking the connection to the mining pool in the antivirus, like for example firewalls, or even in your router, everything. There is people reporting Norton antivirus from blocking the connection even after they have set a whitelist and exclusions and all of that. So that's important because without that, you're not going to be connecting to the pool and you're not going to be mining. So take care of that first. Once you have the file, you have to right click it and then you have to run it as administrator. It's gonna open. Mine is gonna show here. Let's give it a few minutes. Okay, it's here, perfect. So from here, you just have to click continue. I'm gonna do the example with CPU. Okay, if you have a GPU, you can do GPU. You can do both. You can run one of the options first, and then you run the same file again. Okay, let's do that. And let's do the other one with graphic card so that you can see the example. Okay, so the first one, CPU, I click next, and the second one, click continue. I do GPU, next. Okay, so I complete the details with my address, the one that I copied from Metamask. It goes here, and in the referral code, I place this code to drop the dev fee from 1 to 0.75%. This is going to give me more coins. So I click start here, and this one is going to start the process with the CPU. Okay, then I'm going to click also in this one to start the process with the GPU. So it's really simple to navigate the program. If Windows is asking you to allow access, just allow all the access so that the connection with the pool can be established. So for CPU, you can come here to the advanced settings. You make sure that you are under high intensity. You name your worker, your custom worker, and you set your code. Everything is okay, looks fine. So you can save and restart. And then you can see the speed. So at the moment it's just 1,300, around 1,300 H. Okay. Then for the GPU part, we have to take some considerations. Okay. So you click on the advanced settings, you set your intensity to high, and then if your GPU has 8 gigabytes of memory, you can select ET hash. Okay. If your CPU has 4 gigabytes or less, then you have to select ETC hash. The same, we can name the worker. For example, I can type GPU here, the code, and I do save and restart. Okay. So let's give it some time to build the DAG file. We are generating the DAG here. If we don't see any errors here, then it's working. Okay. The same here. So once we have the numbers here, we know we're mining, and that's super simple. Okay. So from here, we can check the stats of the account. So all I have to do is go into unminable. Then I can go to address. I have to go first in unminable, select the coin, in this case Shiba Inu, and then from here you can actually put your address down here, and then it will go. You will see your worker here. This one is for the GPU, and then if I go on the RandomX, I will see the one for the CPU here. I will see the speed and everything, and I'm gonna see the balance generating here on the top. I have to make sure that I have the 0.75 and the current network. Since we are using the Binance Smart Chain and we are using MetaMask and our address is BEP20, we need to change this network from ERC20 to BEP20. So ERC20 is tokens and coins that work with the Ethereum network, and that network is very expensive. So you have to pay transactions every time that you want to move the coins from one account to the other. If you want to pay somebody or if you want to transfer to their account, you have to pay the transactions, and the transactions can be at least $50 or something like that. So it's super expensive. So that's why I don't really use this network, and I don't recommend that you mine and set your coins to be sent through that network. So why people might choose this one? Because if they have a wallet like Coinbase, Trust Wallet, Atomic, or Exodus, all of those wallets, they only work with ERC20. Okay, so if you have those wallets, you need to use ERC20. Otherwise, if you are using the Binance Smart Chain, which is BEP, you click on Switch, and then you can select down here the BEP 20 network. So I click Use, then I do Continue, and they know now that they are going to transfer the coins in the Binance Smart Chain, and the payout threshold is 250,000, so it's actually less. So you can click here, and then you will see your workers. They are starting to show up. It will take like at least 5 minutes to update the balance here. On the other side, we can click, for example, reload, and this should reload the balance, but it takes a little bit of time. The important thing is that we see that we have these numbers building up in here. So that's the easiest way, okay? So I'm gonna stop now, and I'm gonna show you another way. Okay, so let's get now into the fun part, okay? So we're gonna be mining directly with the miners. That means we are going to be downloading the files that we need to mine with CPU using XMRig, only CPU XMRig. That's for RandomX, that's the algorithm. And Phoenix Miner is the other one that we're going to be using to mine with GPU, whether it's AMD or NVIDIA. It doesn't matter. We use the Phoenix Miner. I have the version 5.7. Okay, if your card is old, I mean 4 GB RX 470 or something like that, then just download the version 5.6 or 5.5 if you get any errors. Okay, so let's start with XMRig. Where are you going to get that from? So you're gonna go to the GitHub XMRig releases. Okay, this is the page. You're gonna go and get the latest version, and you're gonna get the file that says MSVC in the name. Okay, this file is gonna bring this folder inside. You just extract it, and inside the folder, the contents that you should find are similar to this one. Okay, make sure that you have your xmrig.exe there. This is the miner. And then we are going to use another file, which could be this one. Okay, we're going to edit this. We're going to use it to pass the details that XMRig needs in order to mine. And the details are the URL to connect to the pool and your address. So in this case, when I edit this file, you can see that I have the URL to connect to the pool. We're gonna get this from Unmineable. So if we go to Unmineable and then we go to SHIB, for example, you get it from the first page. You just hit the coin, and then we're gonna go into RandomX CPU. Okay, you are gonna go and manually get one of these locations, the one that is closer to you. So from there we copy and we put the URL here. Now for SHIB, we're going to use the same address that we saw previously in the video. We are going to tell Unmineable to pay us with SHIB to this particular address. We're going to name our worker, and we're going to use a code to drop the fee. Then we have two options, which are for optimizations, which I will explain just in a couple of minutes. I'm going to be closing this and running as an administrator. This is what you have to do once you have done all of these changes, and you will get the miner going. Okay, so in here I know that the version is MSVC on top here. If you see MSVC, you are with the right version, and I can see huge pages permission granted. Yours might say unavailable or disabled, and that's one of the common errors we're gonna see how to fix. You need to make sure that you are connecting to the right pool, which is unmineable. Okay, that's another error, not seeing this pool, the connection. And then I can see that the -T option that I set with 6 It's because my processor has 8 cores, 8 threads, 4 cores. So the 8 threads that you can see here, from the 8 threads, I only use 6. I have done some testing and I found that that number 6 gives me better results. So how do you know how to get your hash rate and calculate your results and all of that? So if you press hash in the XMRig while it is running, you're gonna get a box similar to this with all the threads or all the CPUs that you have and your speed. Okay, so mine can go up to 1800 if I am not recording, and this is very interesting because if you remember from early in the video, we were mining at around 1300 with the same processor. Okay, so this shows that running the program directly will improve the hash rate. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the optimizations and how you could test and check what is better for you. So as I mentioned, I have these two options, CPU no yield, okay, and then the -T. So for some processors you need to leave this one out because it will give you better hash rate if you leave this option out. For some other processors like this one, you have to play. So I started with 4 because I remember I have 8 threads. So I started with 4, then I went to 6, then I went to 8, and I saw that 6 is the one that gives me the most hash rate. So I just leave it here, okay? Now, let's see some of the common errors that you will get and how to fix them, right? So the first one is gonna be not having this file here. If you don't have this file here in your folder, it is because you downloaded another version which is not the MSVC version, okay? Or because you have an antivirus and the antivirus deleted this file. So how do you know if that happens to you? Because you are gonna see an error in your screen that looks similar to this, okay? It's telling you that the computer cannot find xmrig.exe, that it doesn't recognize it or it cannot locate it or something like that. So this happens because of the wrong version or because an antivirus deleted this file, okay? Or sometimes also could happen that if you save this file in a different location, let's say in D or something like that, then what you might need to do is get this file, click properties, and from the properties get the full path of the file, which is this, okay? And then you will use this one in front of the xmrig.exe, and then don't forget to put another slash there, okay? And this should solve this problem. Now what happens if you have a space and your desktop is called desktop for example 1, then you need to use these two symbols here on the start and end of the string, and that will solve any error that you have. Okay, so let's continue to the next error. Don't forget to save, always save your file, okay? Now, next error that we usually see is having huge pages unavailable and the MSR registers are not set, okay? And this will not let you mine with full speed, let's say, okay? So it's important to fix. Now, to fix this, there are two things that we need to do. So you're gonna go down here to your config file. You're gonna go to this file from the folder, you see config, and then you can edit with Notepad or a code editor like Sublime, like I am doing. Okay, just edit, and you're gonna find CPU, and you're gonna get this option, huge pages, set to true. Okay, you're also gonna look for yield, and you're gonna set that one to false. Okay, then I would recommend that you go down, all the way down, and just double check that the URL under pools is set to the appropriate value, and user has all your string, okay? The coin that you want to be paid in, your address, your worker name, your code to drop the dev fee, okay? So save this file and restart the worker, restart the xmrig, okay? And then this should go away. And you run this this file, the pool mine example, as an administrator, and those errors should go away, okay? Next error is if you see that it's connecting to the wrong pool, like this one is not connecting to unminable, then what you should check is that in the config, okay, you have this URL here. Just check that you have the URL and you have the user as well. So if you have that, then it's fine. Okay, you won't see this. You will see that it connects to unminable, and you're gonna be mining. So once you do everything, you do the connection, the setup, you double check everything, you can get back to your unminable site, and you can go to address, and then you can check your stats. So you will see that you have on the randomX a worker mining with the CPU, and the speed will be displayed here. In unminable, just remember always to be sure about which is the network that you are operating in, and to see that you dropped your dev fee, so that then you can get more coins. Now, let's say that you also have a GPU, and we want to start mining as well with GPU. Okay, so you know what do we do? So it's simple. We need to download another miner, which is called Phoenix Miner. This one works for AMD cards and NVIDIA cards. There are other options, like for example Team Red Miner, which only works for AMD, and T-Rex only works for NVIDIA cards. I think that Phoenix Miner is a good option if you have an old card, like 4 GB card and something like that. You might be you might get some errors, and the way to get rid of those is using an older version, like 5.5 or even 5.6. Now let's do the configuration example with this one. Probably when you see your screen, it will have a lot of files, one for each pool or one for each coin and something like that. It doesn't matter, you just need one, okay? And you need to edit that one, and you need to set similar details to what we were setting before. So we need the full path to the file, okay, to the Phoenix Miner exe, that is this file here. It's better to set it here, the full path. Then we need the pool address where we're going to be connecting. Same thing, you will go to unminable, and in this case, if we're mining with a GPU, what we're gonna do is for 8 GB cards, we're gonna go to this option, ETH. If the card has more than 6 GB, you go here. For 4 GB card, we go to etc hash. And if you see, the URLs to connect are different. This is for etc, and this one is for ETH. Okay. So in this particular case, I'm setting up etc hash. Okay. So I'm gonna be connecting to well, actually ETH. But then let's put the C here, ETH. Okay. So I'm gonna be connecting to this one, and the coin is gonna be ETC. Okay. So that's for all cards and 4 GB cards. Okay. Now, if you have an 8 GB card or more than 6 GB, you can use ETH. For using ETH, you get your URL from here, you update that URL, and you don't forget to change the coin to ETH. Okay. This option here, for me, it gives me more stability. So I always use it, especially for all cards. If you find that this is not working for you, you might want to try with a 1, or you might get rid of this all the way. Okay, and that is for AMD cards. Okay, there is another option for NVIDIA cards, but this is for AMD in my case. So I'm gonna save, and I'm gonna run this file as administrator. So once start running, you're gonna see this. It's gonna recognize your card up here. It's gonna recognize the gigabytes of the card, and it's going to start generating the DAG file or DAG table. So you just need to wait until this is 100%. You need to double check that you are connecting to the right pool. In my case, 8 GB. I am doing ETH, connecting to this this pool, and I am mining with the ETH coin. Okay, so I can see that my power usage now is really high. It's 102 watts, and the temperature is high also, 58 Celsius. So what you might want to do from here is to go into YouTube, find an overclocking profile for your particular card, okay? And then you can apply that with MSI Afterburner or with the software for your card. In my case, AMD. So I could go here, I could set a manual overclocking profile, for example, I can, control the fan speed, for example. I can control the GPU tuning, can go advanced, and then I can set some overclocking profile. So I can drop my voltage to probably around 970 could be. Let's try to do that. This should be fine. And then I know my values. I know the values for my card. I'm not gonna break it. And I can go the frequency. I can set it very, very low, like 1100, around that value. And for the frequency of the memory, same thing. I have to enable fast timing here, and I have to keep it very, very low. Okay. So if I do something like this and I apply the changes, then my overclocking profile will be in place, and I will drop the power usage, okay, and eventually my speed would increase. So it will go from 27 to probably 30, something like that. It takes time for it to kick in, so just give it a little bit of time. Okay, it's important that you see this, the share founds. This means that you are mining, that the pool is receiving the work that you are sending, and that you are going to be paid for those shares. Okay, and there are no errors showing up. So it's super simple. All you have to do is configure the file with your details like we did, and you're going to be mining in no time. Now there are other things to do, like for example increasing your virtual memory in Windows. That's super important. Finding the appropriate overclocking profile, super important. And monitoring those temperatures, especially when you are mining with GPU, very close. Okay, if you do that and you increase your hash rate, you are going to see the results in unmineable. You can go to unmineable and you will see the workers that are, if you enter your address here, you will see your workers, your ETH worker, your ETC hash, or your randomX, whatever you are mining with. There is another option, like another algorithm, Kapow, and this is for the minimum requirements is 3 gigabytes. So for all cards, you could be using Kapow. It's very intensive in terms of GPU usage. These two are more memory intensive. So it means that you have to do an overclocking profile that assign more frequency to the, in this case, to the core, to the CPU, the CPU of the card, which is the GPU. And this too is more taking into account the frequency that you assign to your memory. So there are many OC profiles online and in YouTube. It's for a particular card, particular values. Find one for yours, apply it, and then monitor your temperature and your results here in Unmineable. So from here, I want to say thank you so much for taking your time to watch the video. Join the Discord. In the Discord, we are like 300 guys approximately. We have all the guides with all the steps for you here, for CPU, for GPU. We have some of the common mistakes and questions that we get all the time. They are here. They will save you a lot of time, especially if I am not online. I am Pixel to the newbie, so you can send your questions directly to me. PM me. Look, you know, people are PM me all the time. And from there, I would recommend download this book. It's free. Send it to all your friends. Get more people into crypto. I think that the more adoption, the better for all of us. If you have low hash rate, apply for this program. We are using this machine and we are taking turns and sending the hash rate to all of the address down here. We are starting actually tomorrow, and you have all the details on how to join and what is it for and all of that. It's a little bit giving back to the community and all of that. You have the channels for help in English and Spanish. You have the overclocking links to help you a little bit with the virtual memory for Windows, for example, and all of that. This is for all cards, all AMD cards. So pay attention of all the resources. Ping me, PM me, PM me, and with your questions, and I'm gonna be happy to give you an answer. Okay. Thank you so much, and see you in the Discord.